Hi, I'm Zion Luna, and this is Let's Chat on LS Go Radar. So, question number one. For people discovering Zion Luna through LS Go Radar, how would you introduce yourself? So, hi everybody, I'm Zion Luna. I'm 23 years old. I am based in Montreal, and I'm a singer, songwriter that makes R&B and reggaeton music. I'm learning, I am learning still to produce, but I produce all my songs, and I'm super excited to keep releasing songs and keep improving all my previously mentioned skills. What first made you realize music was something you wanted to pursue seriously? For most of my life, actually, I never really thought of music seriously. I was always doing it as a side thing. I thought I wanted to be a doctor, and I even went into the faculty of medicine studying occupational therapy. But I think I really started to take it seriously when I actually went to university in occupational therapy. And I just realized that I was so off. I was like, where am I? Like, why am I here? I didn't click with anyone. I was like, okay, am I really gonna do this for the rest of my life? Like being in hospitals and helping, which amazing, like helping elderly people or people of victims of accidents. It's such an amazing thing. But I just did not see myself doing that for the rest of my life because I knew that it wasn't possible for me to do both music the way that I wanted and that at the same time. So I think it was in 2022 when I did university, I finished it and I was like, whoa, am I really going to be in this class for the next 5 years and then go to a hospital and then I'm just not gonna be able to create anything? So that was the second where I was like, wait, maybe I should actually not do this and do something else because I don't see myself doing this. Was there a specific moment in your life that shaped you into the artist you are today? Oof, so many things. Specific moment. Yes, I always sang with someone else. I was a duo with my sister Camila. I was in a band with other singers. I was always singing with other people. I think that the second I really was like, whoa, I might have to develop my own identity was when my sister got picked to be part of the best girl group in the world, Girl Set. And I was like, okay, so we are not gonna be writing music anymore. We're not gonna be performing together anymore. Who am I? And that was in 2022. I guess that was a huge year for me. It was. So yeah, I was like, freak. I'm gonna have to what am I gonna do? Am I good enough to do music on my own? Do I have enough of a vision? Who am I as an artist? And that's when I really started that's actually when I started producing songs. And right now on my computer I have so many songs. But they all had something in common, and it was me. It was my energy, my aura, my essence. And by creating, I was able to discover myself because I kept hearing me. I was like, wait, this is actually what who I am. This is what I feel. This sounds like me. This ad-lib sounds like me. This lyrics sound like me. And then I started to discover my own identity as a singer and as an artist. So I would say that 2022 when my sister got picked for Girl Set. How would you describe your music to someone who's never heard it before? Okay. Flowy, addictive, sensual, profound, intense. What else can I say? Unique, authentic, kind of mysterious. You think you get it, but you actually don't. R&B, reggaeton, fused together into a very magnetic, passionate, raw, authentic, sound, I would say. I hope that people feel intrigued. I hope that people feel represented. I hope that they feel heard. I hope that they see themselves in my music. I hope that they feel what I shared in the song. I have so many songs, so I guess it would depend on the song, but in general, I think I want them to listen, really. Like, not just listen, but to listen to the music, to feel the emotions that I am sending. I want them to feel part of the story. I feel like all my songs are like, it's big on storytelling. Like, you know, there's always a story. It's not just you're pretty, I'm hot, there's always a process behind it. Everything I write is because it fits in it, you know? So I want them to be part of the story. I want them to be in the story. I want them to feel, period. I want them to relate. I want them to interpret it in their own ways, with their own experiences. But I want it to be like a canvas where we all paint our own emotions and our own interpretations of my song while keeping that same energy and frequency that I shared. So basically, to listen and to feel. I just want them to feel something, you know? How has your cultural background influenced your sound and storytelling? Oh my God, that's a great question. Well, listen, I have a very rich background. I'm Cuban, Spanish, Canadian, so I feel like, and you'll hear it in my music. My music, you can immediately, just even from the instrumentals themselves that I produce, that I designed, you can immediately hear that it's not like something you've heard before. I lived in Cuba, I lived in Spain. I've listened, you know, since I was a kid. My mom and my dad, they're both musicians, so I was listening to music from all around the world at a very young age. I was exposed to so many different genres. Spanish music, flamenco, I was dancing flamenco. Like, there's just so much richness of sounds in my head that when you listen to my song, you will hear these aspects. Like, oh my God, there's like an Arabic scale here. There's like an Indian feeling to this song, you know? Yet it still feels kind of pop. So I feel like in my sound, I actively incorporate sounds that are kind of unconventional or foreign to a lot of people. Like, there will always be something foreign about my songs when you hear them. When creating music, do you prefer vulnerability or experimentation? How about both? How about both? How about we experiment vulnerability? I would say, I think there is vulnerability in experimentation, because if you're not vulnerable, you're always gonna be stuck in the same thing, which is kind of the opposite of experimenting. Well, I think, okay, this is a great way to put it. My beats, my instrumentals, the production is very experimental. Like, wait, this sound, there's a lot of creation and experimentation in the process of making the beat and the instrument, which is usually where I start from. I make the instrumental and then I get a vibe. And then once I make the instrumental, the melodies and the lyrics, usually they come from vulnerability. Like, I write down, I listen to the instruments, and then I hear a story, and then I relate it to my personal emotions, and that's where the vulnerability kicks in. Because when I write music, I try to make it very personal. So that's where the vulnerability comes in. So it's kind of a mixture. What inspired your recent release, No Love? I was experimenting with the sounds of No Love, like the bass that goes like, I guess like just having fun at a club. You know, like, I'm not the type of person that like it's just like casual, like, you know, like, let's do that. But I guess I kind of portrayed that version of myself that rarely happens, but it does happen, where I'm just like, listen, you know what? I know that there's nothing serious happening from this, but let's still have fun. Like, yeah, let's just do it. Like, let's just have fun. Yeah. So just a fun, light, sexy song for kissing and being naughty. Is there a message or emotion behind this era that you want listeners to connect with? Okay, so this era, I want people to I want you to be naughty. I want you to experiment. I want you to have fun. I want you to understand that you don't have to be engaged with someone emotionally, because listen, your emotions are gold and you don't give that to anybody. But listen, we all have our human needs, and you know, like, you are allowed to feel like a bad bee from time to time, and you're allowed to enjoy your body from time to time without, you know, like, giving your heart to that person. So, you know, if ever you're at a club and you like that person and you feel the vibes, listen, go for it, have fun, discover yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I want you to feel sexy. I want you to feel sexy, I want you to feel hot, and I want you to feel like the bad bee that you are. What inspires you outside of music? Life, humans, psychology, spirituality, God. Everything inspires me. I'm looking at a white wall right now, and I think it's beautiful. There's beauty in everything, really. So everything inspires me. Literally, like, I'm trying to, like, there's nothing specifically, just life and love. Dream collaboration. Oh my god, you know who I would love to collab with? I've never thought about this, but this person just came in my head. Omar Apollo. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, there's something about his music. I think it was the first queer artist that I listened to that I was like, wow, like, you know, he was so open about his lyrics, about, like, talking about boys and talking about, like, just, like, so raw, and listen, like, this is my romantic life. And then I was like, wow, I just related to it, and I just felt like it was so raw and beautiful. So I think me and Omar Apollo have a few things in common, especially in, like, the R&B side, and he also has that Latin spice. So I think Omar Apollo would be a great collab. One artist currently on repeat. I'm gonna check my Apple Music, actually. Okay, so there's, like, a lot of different things. There's some Ariana Grande, some, like, reggaeton, Yandel, Fade. But the one that lately, like, I have different phases every 2 weeks. There's a new artist that I over fixate with. But right now I'm listening to Camila Cabello a lot. I was listening to Oh My God, Crown, her album, CXOXO. There's a lot of great songs there. So I feel like lately I've been listening to her and Willow Smith, because I just went to the International Jazz Festival in Montreal, and I listened to her and she was so amazing. I've just been listening to some of her songs. Night owl or early bird? Night owl. I'm not a morning person. I love the night. I think it's so mysterious and sexy, just like me. The morning is so exposed and serious. The night is, like, so, like, chill. Oh, concepts or genres you want to explore in the future? I wrote a song with my sister very recently, and it was like an indie vibe, and I felt like it was so sick. And I feel like I could make some sick indie. So I would like to explore that genre. And for concepts, well, let's stick to genres. Night out. Okay, what message would you like to leave for everyone supporting your journey? Be patient with me. It's not easy being an independent artist. having to cover all my costs, having to find time to produce, to direct. Yeah, having time to direct, having time to shoot a music video, the financing for it, paying for your rent. It's not easy. I feel like that's not what the question is asking me. What message? I think I'm making it all about me. Let's make it about you. I want the message for you to be, it's okay to feel. Feel as much as you can. Feel it. Don't be scared to feel. And own your feelings. Own them. A feeling is what makes life worth living. And music helps you feel. When you're feeling, when you're feeling happy, you can listen to a sad song. When you're feeling sad, listen to happy music, because music can change your frequency, and it can shift your frequency. So use it to your advantage. If you're feeling a bit insecure, listen to a music that makes you feel good. It's really a tool. So that's my message for you. What's next for Zion Luna? What's next for me? Some sick ass music. I promise you that. It's only getting better. I have great songs for you guys to listen to, and I'm not kidding. I can promise you that. And I'm working really, really, really hard, and I'm working on. I don't care if I have to spend 30 hours on the same beat until I listen to that song. I have to listen to that song and be like, woo! I need to have it in my body and have goosebumps. And then once I feel that, I'll give it to you guys. So what's next for Zion Luna? Some sick ass music. So be ready for that. Thank you so much.